Welcome back to Dr. Skull's Raw Comic Videos. Today we're continuing our search for the missing Basil Wells book. And we're going to go through this box from my brother's estate. It looks like it's mostly Tarzan. We have Tarzan the Untamed hardcover. The Son of Tarzan. It's another Grosset and Dunlap, as was the Untamed. Return of Tarzan, also a Grosset and Dunlop. A lot of the red ones here. Tarzan and the Apes, Grosset and Dunlop. The Son of Tarzan, and that's a Albert, so that's an older one. Tarzan and the Apes, Grosset and Dunlop. Laminated cover, so that should be 1950s or 60s, if they bothered dating it. Oh, 1973. Modern. Tarzan and the Apes, Grosset and Dunlop, that is an ick. Another Tarzan and the Apes, Grosset and Dunlop, it's not so ick. Green one here is Return of Tarzan, that has definitely seen better decades. High quality white duct tape on the front. I believe this is an it might be a Grosset Dunlap. No, it's an Albert. It's just kind of hard to see anymore. Got something different at the bottom here, though. Tarzan the Terrible. That's a Grosset. That's a wartime. It's thin and it's got the dark red. Planets of Adventure. Basil Wells. Both copies. And there's the one in Dust Jacket. This will be featured in another video with some real surprises. So we're not going to spoil that. Let's see what else we have here. We have The Cave Girl, Edgar writes Burroughs, by Methuen. This should be, there's the, evidently part of the dust jacket was cut off and glued on the inside. And this is a British edition. And he bought this from somebody in Australia. Helen 31. Quite. This big one is the Lysistrata, illustrated by Pablo Picasso. And a fancy one by Aristophanes. And the furnace is going to come on and annoy me. It's an Easton Press, famous editions. Quite nice. We have A Return of Tarzan, Albert, Beast of Tarzan, Albert, that's definitely whooped. Return of Tarzan, Whitman, number 1506, in the kiddie version. Tarzan the City of Gold, Whitman. That one doesn't have a number on it. Tarzan and the Apes, Whitman. Now, this is the kiddified ones, but they're still cool. Return of Tarzan, Grosset and Dunlop. Son of Tarzan, Albert. Return of Tarzan, Albert. That was actually a really nice shape. Return of Tarzan, Albert in the light green. It's got some spotting on the edge, but not too shabby. Return of Tarzan, Albert. It's the back, and the back of the spine is shot. Return of Tarzan, Albert, and the dark green. Getting repetitive here. Tarzan and the Apes, Albert. It's not horrible. Tarzan the Untamed, Grosset Dunlap in 1950, and Dust Jacket. The Dust Jacket's pretty nice. But the main thing here is finding the missing children. Basil Wells was one of the science fiction pulp authors of the 30s and early 40s who, well, he wrote to some really famous people, even if he wasn't that famous. He was from northwestern Pennsylvania, and he was in the circle with Merritt and Lovecraft and whatnot, writing back and forth. Now, you look back on the history of them, they weren't the nicest people around, but they were influential, and they're fairly famous. And what I have, thanks to my brother's estate, from Mr. Wells, is quite impressive. So, if you like this sort of thing, please consider leaving a like. If you know somebody who'd like it, consider sharing. And as always, if you'd like to see more comic books, fantasy, science fiction, action, adventure, subscribe. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.